Hi, I'm Lori, and I'm taking on the beast. Not an actual beast, but just a sinister. I am going to try to tackle obstacles that prevent me from being the person I want to be, the person I know I have the potential to be. Whether it's in dieting, whether it's in my procrastination, whether it's just everyday tasks that I find insurmountable. I had my daughter go to the library and I told her, pick up some diet books, get as many as they have. Well, when she called me from the library and said, you don't want that many diet books, I never realized how many diet books there are out there. For example, the fast diet. Now, I know that's not going to work because anything that's fast never lasts for long. You can't run a marathon fast. You have to take it piece by piece and take it in stride. Then there was the new Atkins for a new you. I hear a lot of people really do well on that. The 2020 diet. That was a book my mom gave me prior to her passing away. And it has a bunch of great recipes. And what's nice about this one, it actually has simple meal plans. Because most of the time when you do a diet, you're looking at it and you're like, wow, they want a lot of ingredients. That's not something I can afford or do I have patience for. There's the collagen diet. Not exactly sure what that is. Something about having glowing skin, great gut health, younger you, weight loss. I can always use that younger you. And then I'm looking at these no fad diets. Well, let's be honest. Most diets are fad diets. The drop 10 diet. Well, I can drop 10 pounds in a matter of a week, it says. Wow. I have the A-list diet. That's for all those movie stars. I'm not a movie star, so I probably wouldn't do well on that one. I also noticed that this gentleman came out with at least 4 books. And I'm just wondering, okay, if he has to have 4 books, well, that means that the one book didn't work. So I'm less likely to think that will work either. But after reading a lot of these books and what I need to do, I realized that how many of these books are written by people that don't have a weight issue? And I also wonder that, okay, do they really work? And if they do, why do they work for some people but not everybody? I've tried diets and that failed because you get tired of dieting. I know a friend of mine and I were discussing about diets and she said, I just got tired of dieting. Another thing is, I got to thinking that if you're focused on the food, how many points, how many carbohydrates, how many grams of sugar, you're always focused on the food. And focusing on the food takes my focus off of other everyday things. So I got to thinking, maybe dieting isn't what I'm looking for. So I thought, I'm going to try and change my perspective on everything. And what was interesting is I came across this book, The Secret. And it's very, very fascinating. It's about changing your attitude and bringing in positive thoughts instead of negative. They feel, and according to this book, if you send out positive vibes to the universe, that you're going to get those in return. And it makes sense in some respect because just think about it. When you get up in the morning, that alarm goes off and you hit that snooze button maybe 3-4 times. Then when you finally hit it the last time, it sends all your, beverage containers flying. And then you get out of bed and you bump your foot on something you left laying the night before. Then you go ahead and you put on your clothes to go to work that day and you notice there's a big spill on your shirt or maybe a tear in your pants. And now you're scrambling to find something. Then you're running late for the train. And it only spirals from there. So if I got up in the morning to an upbeat music and danced around a bit and got ready, maybe my outlook for the day would be a lot better. So that's what I decided to do. I decided that I'm going to challenge myself, and hopefully you would join me in these challenges. And what it is I would have 3 weekly challenges. One would be a personal. For example, if you wanted to paint your nails, make sure, I never paint my nails. I never do anything to make myself look nice. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that my nails look nice this, every day, starting this week. Then another one would be, let's do one where a UFO. You have all these unfinished projects you started and they maybe weren't exactly what you thought or as fun as what you thought they'd be. So you just put it aside. Well, that's another challenge. Let's finish up those projects we start. And last but not least, a really ugly one is procrastination. Let's work on putting that item that we procrastinate the most on first on our list of to-dos. And let's get that done because it's all positive after that. So if I do my procrastination item, and mine is usually my bathroom, if I get it out of the way first, the rest of the stuff is easy. So that's what I would like to do is I'd like you to join me in this challenge, and you can be a man, you can be a woman, maybe even a family. You can work together and each of you have a goal in mind that you want to reach every week and then just build on that. And I thought a great way to keep track of that was get a jar, and I'm going to use pennies, and each time you complete one of your goals or your missions, you put a penny in the jar. Maybe you want to use marbles. Maybe you want to use, dollar bills. Whatever speaks to you. The penny spoke to me because my mom passed away not too long ago, and I was sent this little card that said every time you see a penny, that person is someone in heaven is thinking of you. So I'm going to use the pennies because I know she would be my strongest supporter on meeting this challenge and following all these goals. So every other day, I will remind you of what we're working on and let you know how it's going for me. And then once a week, we'll regroup and go over it together. So please join me. I would love for you to come along